Hi there, Dr. McCoy. I wanted to discuss about AMH, or anti-Mullerian hormone. This is one of the first hormones that we will check on you when you come into our office, and it's often helpful if you can have that done before you come to us, just to give us an idea of where you stand. AMH is a hormone protein that's made in the ovaries in a woman, and it's made around each egg that's present. And so the number of eggs that are there adds to a little bit of this AMH, and this leads to showing a level that reflects how many eggs are still present in the ovaries. A woman is born with all of the eggs that she will ever have. And as she ages, those eggs decline in both quality and quantity. Really, what we would like to know is about the quality of the eggs, but we don't have a good marker of that except age. But we do have a marker of the quantity of eggs. Now, quantity and quality do not necessarily go together, but the quantity does change a lot of our plans about what our options are. So AMH reflects a marker of the egg number that's still present. As you get older, this number does decline, but you also have to consider that at any age, there is some variation in the test if you do it one day to the next. Any test is that way, you will get a little bit of variation. And AMH also has some variation. Generally speaking, it will generally vary up to a few tenths of a point to maybe a half of a point, but there are occasions where we have seen even greater variation. In most cases, I usually feel that the true value is somewhere in the middle of this range. This is a very ballpark view of trying to figure out where the ovaries stand. And what we're really looking for initially is looking for bad red flags. Are you in a situation where we have very limited eggs to deal with? And that sometimes puts an urgency on our treatment plans and treatment options. So AMH is one of the first things that we will do. It generally takes about a week to get that result back. A normal range in most women at any age is usually, I say, a level between 2 to 3. Many times it can be higher than that. In women with PCOS, we sometimes do see extremely high levels, sometimes greater than 5 or 7. The highest I've ever seen was 53. But a normal range is generally between 2 to 3. I usually say that a level between 1 to 2 is an okay range, and below 1 is when we get low, and below a half, 0.5, is extremely low. This level does not reflect the ability to conceive naturally. That's been proven. So it often, even if it's low, doesn't change our initial steps if we're trying more simpler therapies. But this does come into play down the road if a couple has to go to IVF, because this also directly relates to how many eggs that can be gotten out of the ovaries at any one time, though there's always variation on that. This is used to try to predict IVF outcome, though if there has been a prior IVF stimulation, that's really the better predictive factor. I would rely on that over an AMH level. There's not a need to necessarily check it over and over and over because it's just a ballpark view again, though it is subject to some variation. So I often, many times, will try to check it at least twice to begin with, maybe separated by a month or two, just to have a good average ballpark view. So I hope that adds some information to your knowledge, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great day.